Rita Valsang and welcome to Statistics Made Simple. In this video, we will find solutions to problems based on the hypergeometric distribution. Let me give you a recap of the PMF of the hypergeometric distribution and the formula for the mean, variance and standard deviation. So you know that the hypergeometric distribution, it is a discrete distribution and its PMF is P of x equal to ACx BCn minus x divided by A plus B Cn, and x takes the value 0, 1, 2, so on, minimum of A comma n. Now what is n? N is the sample size. A denotes the number of units which possess a particular characteristic, and B denotes the number of units which don't possess the characteristic. And the mean formula for the hypergeometric distribution is E of x equal to NA divided by A plus B. Then the variance is V of x equal to NAB into A plus B minus n divided by A plus B the whole square into A plus B minus 1. And the standard deviation is SD of x, which will be root of the variance. So let's get started with solutions to problems based on the hypergeometric distribution part 1. Problem 1. Given A equal to 3, B equal to 8, N equal to 6, find the mean and standard deviation. Now in this problem, though they haven't mentioned that it is the hypergeometric distribution, it is understood by the information which is given. So the parameters of the hypergeometric distribution are given, that is A is 3, B is 8 and N is equal to 6. So let's start with the solution. Write the formula for the mean. Consider E of x equal to NA divided by A plus B. So substituting the values for n, a and b, we'll get E of x equal to 6 into 3 divided by 3 plus 8, which is 18 by 11, or E of x is equal to 1.6364. Next, write the standard deviation formula. SD of x is equal to root of NAB into A plus B minus n divided by A plus B the whole square into A plus B minus 1, which is equal to root of 6 into 3 into 8. Within brackets you have 3 plus 8 minus 6 divided by 3 plus 8 the whole square into 3 plus 8 minus 1, which simplifies to root of 144 into 5 divided by 121 into 10, which is root of 720 divided by 1210. Or it is root of 0.5950. Now take 4 places after the decimal after rounding off. So you'll get SD of x is equal to 0.7714. Problem 2. Find the variance of the hypergeometric distribution with A equal to 12, B equal to 8 and N equal to 6. So start the solution with the formula of the variance. Consider V of x equal to NAB into A plus B minus n divided by A plus B the whole square into A plus B minus 1, which is equal to 6 into 12 into 8. Within brackets you have 12 plus 8 minus 6 whole divided by 12 plus 8 the whole square. Within brackets 12 plus 8 minus 1, which is equal to 576 into 14 divided by 400 into 19, which is equal to 8064 divided by 7600. Therefore, V of x is equal to 1.0611. Problem 3. Given A equal to 5, B equal to 3, N equal to 3, find probability of x equal to 1. So now to find the probability of x equal to 1 for the hypergeometric distribution, First, we need to write the PMF of the hypergeometric distribution, and in the PMF you substitute the values of A, B and N, and later substitute x equal to 1 to get the required probability. So let's start with the solution. Write down the general format of the PMF of the hypergeometric distribution, that is P of x equal to ACx BCn minus x divided by A plus BCn, and x takes the value 0, 1, 2, so on minimum of A comma n. Therefore, P of x will be equal to 5cx 3c 3 minus x divided by 5 plus 3c3, and x takes the value 0, 1, 2, so on minimum of 5 comma 3. Now the minimum of the values 5 and 3 is 3, which is highlighted in pink color. So the range will change in the next step as P of x equal to 5cx 3c 3 minus x divided by 8c3, and the range will be x equal to 0, 1, 2, 3. Now the question is to find out probability of x equal to 1. So let's consider the formula which we have been using throughout in the binomial distribution topic as well as the Poisson distribution topic, which is highlighted in blue color, that is probability of capital X equal to small x is equal to small p of x. So start with the question which is asked. Consider probability of x equal to 1, which is small p of 1. Now in the PMF, wherever you have x, replace it by 1. So you'll get 5c1 3c3 minus 1 divided by 8c3, which is equal to 5c1 will be 5, and you'll get 3c2 divided by the denominator is 56, which is equal to 5 into 3 divided by 56, which is 15 by 56, or probability of x equal to 1 is 0.2679. Problem 4. A basket has 10 mangoes, out of which 6 are ripe. 3 mangoes are randomly selected. Find the first subdivision, the expected number of ripe mangoes among the picked ones, and second subdivision, the probability that all the picked mangoes are ripe. Now first we need to identify that it is a hypergeometric distribution. So remember that for a hypergeometric distribution, the units should be classified into two categories, where the first category consists of units which possess a certain characteristic, and the second category is where the units don't possess the particular characteristic. So in this question, the mangoes can be classified into two categories, that is ripe and unripe mangoes. So first we need to identify what are the three parameters of the hypergeometric distribution, that is n, a and b, and always be very careful to check what probability is asked. Now in the second subdivision of the question, if you see, they have asked you to find the probability that all the picked mangoes are ripe. So whenever we define capital X in the problem, it has to be with respect to the probability which is asked. So let's start. Write given. Now the basket has 10 mangoes. So it means that A plus B is equal to 10. And what is A? A will denote the number of ripe mangoes, which is 6. And B will be the number of unripe mangoes. And how will we calculate the number of unripe mangoes? It will be the total number of mangoes minus the ripe mangoes, that is 10 minus A, which is equal to 10 minus 6, which is equal to 4. Now when the word randomly selected is used, it means that it is the size of the sample or the sample size, which is denoted by small n. So n is equal to 3. So first step is to write given. Write down first what is a plus b. Then write the parameter values, that is a, b and n. Now the next step, all of you know, we have worked out like so many problems under Bernoulli binomial and Poisson. So we need to define the random variable capital X. So here capital X will stand for number of ripe mangoes in a random sample. The word random sample can be abbreviated as R dot S of size n equal 3. Now write the general format of the PMF. P of x equal to ACX BC n minus x divided by A plus B Cn, where x takes the value 0, 1, 2, so on, minimum of A comma n. Now in this PMF, substitute the values of A, B and n, and we get P of x equal to 6cx 4c 3 minus x divided by 10c3, and x takes the value 0, 1, 2, so on, minimum of 6 comma 3, and the minimum of these two values is 3, which is highlighted in pink color. So the final PMF is P of x equal to 6cx 4c 3 minus x divided by 120, or x takes the value 0, 1, 2 and 3. In the first subdivision, we need to find out the expected number of ripe mangoes. So expected number of ripe mangoes means we'll use E of x formula. So in the first subdivision, consider E of x equal to NA divided by A plus B, which is 3 into 6 divided by 10, which is 18 by 10 or 1.8. Therefore, the expected number of ripe mangoes among the picked ones will be equal to 1.8. Second subdivision, you should find the probability that all the picked mangoes are ripe. So how many mangoes were randomly selected? 3 mangoes were randomly selected, and you should find the probability that all the picked mangoes are ripe means we need to find out probability of x equal to 3. So in the second subdivision, start with consider probability of capital X equal to 3, which is small p of 3. Now in the PMF, wherever you have x, replace it by 3. So you'll get 6c3 into 4c3 minus 3 divided by 120, which is equal to 6c3 is 20 and 4c0 will be 1 divided by 120, or 20 by 120, or probability of x equal to 3 is 0.1667. Hypergeometric distribution topic, the PMF mean variance standard deviation formulae are quite lengthy, and so are the calculations. So do practice all the problems on your own, and thank you for watching, and in my next video I'll explain solutions to some more problems based on the hypergeometric distribution.